What is up, my YouTube family? Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
Hi, Specialist Hildeman.
Oh my god.
No?
Stop it.
Not anymore?
Not anymore what?
I mean, technically by default, your captain demoted you by calling you PFC.
Because he didn't know.
Can you explain to them the story?
What?
The story you told me of what your captain said to your first sergeant?
So my first sergeant left early because he had to go do some stuff at the other base. And my captain asked me if I released him for the day, and I had said no. And then he texted my first sergeant and he said, hey, I need you to come back because PFC Hildeman says she didn't release you for the day and she's got more stuff for you to do. So
They all work in the same exact office, like main office hub with like sub offices kind of room thing, if that makes sense. There's a room with like what, 5 offices?
ours?
Yeah. I think it's 5, right?
4.
Josh? Yeah.
4.
Yeah. Well, what's that? Oh no, that's the cleaning closet. Never mind. So 4 offices, excuse me, with like a main like lobby that can kind of connects them all together. And so there's Josh, or first sergeant, more formally known, and then the wifey's Specialist Hildeman. No, she got, so that's kind of funny because she got promoted specialist the other day. She was a PFC, so she's an E4 now instead of an E3. Means higher pay, more responsibilities, blah 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 blah. He didn't know, so he called her PFC. But and then it goes her captains, which is a company commanders, and then is it just an empty office now, or is it still TNs?
Empty office.
Oh, then there's an empty office for. Oh my god. Oh, I hate this roundabout. We almost just rear-ended a lady because on this roundabout, instead of merging like normal people do, and like they do on literally every single roundabout you ever go to except for this one for some reason, they slam on their brakes and completely stop in the middle of the roundabout to let the oncoming traffic come when the roundabout traffic has the right-of-way. So it's just like every single time, like we almost get in a wreck just because of people doing stupid things like that. They'll be driving normally and then just slam super hard on their brakes last second. It's very common. Very, very common. Anyways, it's funny because they all work together, and then it's the whole joking thing, like, hey, did she let you off work because he's checking out and getting ready? It's just, if you get it, you get it.
The main reason is because first sergeant always says that I'm the one who runs the office, and that I'm the one who knows where everybody is and what's going on and keeping a record of stuff. So the joke is that I'm his boss even though he's mine. That was the joke.
Yeah, there you go, that one.
Well, that's why he was asking if I gave him the right of way to go home. It's because I'm his boss.
So yeah, but that was funny. Today is the first official day that school started for me, like I mentioned in yesterday's vlog. Took a good portion of the day, a little bit longer than I anticipated, but not as long as it could have been, because there wasn't as much reading that I needed to do this time around, which is really cool. But my image editing class is like super cool, really, really easy. Really, it's just do your 4 projects throughout 8 weeks, and that's really all she's asking of you. And you could submit it multiple times to make sure you get the best grade before the final due date. So all the projects aren't due until like the end of the 7th week, and then the final project is due at the 8th week. And then you have all those 7 weeks to turn it in as many times as you want, each project as many times as you want, to get feedback from her on what to do better, and blah 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 blah, in order to get like 100%, which is super cool. And usually there's like a discussion every week with reading and videos and stuff, and this whole class is like how to use like Adobe Photoshop specifically, but other kind of photo editing apps. And she only did 2 discussion posts, one in the beginning to introduce yourself, get the class to know you, and then one at the end to kind of talk about like what you learned and how you can apply it and whatnot, which I think is pretty cool. And then there was one other thing I was going to say, but I can't remember now what that class. Oh well. My theories of personality class also was really interesting too. It essentially is like you're learning about personality, obviously, and like how to research it and how to like test it and like understand it and gain information and whatnot, and kind of see like what gives a person their personality, and to analyze like the different personalities. And essentially it's like a in-depth kind of people watching class is what I'm gonna call it, from my take on it, day one anyways. So I'm stoked. My other ones haven't opened up yet. They're at a week and a half date from here, 2-week date. So when they start, because I had to sign in for the session 2 instead of the 1 because I was too late to register for them for a lot of crazy logistics stuff that's trying to happen. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna call it here. I had to cut filming because we went on to base, and you know I've expressed that numerous times again. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you later. Yeah, we'll figure something out. I don't know. See you guys.